So we are back in Europa League action tomorrow evening away to Napoli. We're 2-0 up from the first leg. It was comfortable in the first leg. It should have been out of sight. It should have been dead and buried. And it isn't. So we're still under a little knife edge really, because this could go either way. Napoli are decent at home. We're not so decent away. Before I get into my my thoughts on the game and my 1 to 11, don't forget, go and check out my press conference reaction video. I dropped that at half time in the Man City Spurs game, which was quite possibly one of the maddest games of football I have ever witnessed in my life. Unbelievable game. Had drama, VAR, disallowed goals, goals for handball. It was just mad, and that lot down the road have now qualified for the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. I can't believe it. I will be going into hiding for quite some time if they actually win it. In fact, I probably won't return to social media. But anyway, they've got Ajax next, so let's hope they knock them out. And worst ways, they'll get Barcelona or Liverpool in the final and they won't beat either of them. So yeah, it is what it is. But we're vying to try and get into the Champions League. So we have to either win the Europa League or get in that top four. We're currently fourth, as we know. We're currently 2-0 up against Napoli in, like I said, a game that was just, it was so one-sided, it was almost embarrassing. Napoli were useless at the Emirates last Thursday, and I didn't really see anything that worries me going into this game. The only thing that does worry me is the fact that we aren't great away from home, and we have lost our last 2 away games in the Europa League. One to Rennes, which was a hostile, intimidating atmosphere. Their fans were mad, absolutely crazy for 90 minutes. And one against Bate Borisov. Yep, Bate Borisov. So our travels away haven't been that great. We obviously ended that little hoodoo in the league the other night by beating Watford on Monday evening. But again, the performance was shocking. So I'm hoping and praying that we can all galvanise and put a shift in. And I think we should try and play this game how we played against Tottenham away. We sat deep, we sucked up their pressure, and we hit them on quick counter-attacks. And Unai Emery got his tactics spot on for that league game. And if Aubameyang had scored in stoppage time, we would have won the game and his tactics would have been inch perfect. Instead, Aubameyang missed and we all know what happened from there. So, I don't know. I see this game, I think we can win. I think we will win on the night. I think Napoli, if they get an early goal, it's going to be an uphill task because they're going to be, buzzing. They're going to be confident. The fans will get up, and we need to do exactly what we did to Watford: get that early goal, silence their crowd, and hopefully the boys are putting in a professional performance and they put in a shift. Unai Emery spoke in his press conference. Like I said, go and check that video out. But he mentioned that we need to attack the spaces with pace, which tells me that he is going to go with Mkhitaryan and Iwobi for this game. I genuinely think he's going to do that. But I don't know. I just see it as, I think with the quality we have, the fact that we're 2-0 up, it's probably the dodgiest scoreline in history, 2-0, because whoever gets the next goal, it's game on, or game over. So I don't know. I just think that we just got to be professional on the night. But with that being said, I'm going to get into my 1 to 11 for this game. Stick a massive thumbs up on this video, share the content around, and subscribe if you're new as well. Obviously, we know that the goalkeeper for this competition is Petr Cech. That ain't changing anytime soon. Not what I would personally do. I'd pick Leno, but what's the point? I know it's going to be Cech. I'm going with a flat back 4. I'm going with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. That guy made a mad block the other night from Andre Gray that gave us the 3 points in the end. So I thought he played really well, Maitland-Niles. The last 2 games he's done brilliant. So for me, he's going straight back in at right back. Left-hand side, I am going with Nacho Monreal. And the reason I'm doing that is for my midfield picks. I'll come to that shortly. But I think with Monreal, I think he can defend better than Kolasinac. At the game against Watford, he didn't tend to cross over halfway so much in that game. I don't know whether he was told not to do that or whether he just chose not to do that and he was reading the game a little bit. I don't know. But I think that with the midfield that I'm going to pick, there's a reason. I'll come back to that in a minute. But the centre-back pairing, Koscielny and Socrates. Socrates is back after his league game suspension, or 2 league games. He's got another one to go. So we're going to need him. He did the press conference with the manager, and the manager was full of praise. He said, look, he's come in, he's adapted quickly, he's been professional, and he's always willing to play. He's always willing to help the team and put his body on the line. So all day long he's going to start, and I'd put Koscielny next to him. I thought he was pretty decent and close to man of the match against Watford. So that's my back four. Midfield, Lucas Torreira. Only played 40 odd minutes the other night, 45 minutes. But again, I don't think he was fantastic in that game. He was superb though against Napoli last week. I thought his energy levels were ridiculous, and we're going to need that tomorrow night. Alongside him, I'm going to put Granit Xhaka. I don't think Granit Xhaka covered himself in glory against Watford, sideways, backwards, this and that. But I'm going to play him for this game. I think that we're going to need somebody to try and control the tempo. And against an Italian team in Italy, that should be quite easy for Granit Xhaka to do and dictate the pace of the game. He's going to have, hopefully, a bit more time and space. He had, he's had time and space on certain games this season, Man United being one of them, and he looked pretty decent. So let's hope this is one of them games. Now, this is where I'm going to go with a 3 behind one striker, and this is where I come back to Nacho Monreal. Alex Iwobi against Watford had a free role in terms of he was allowed to just bomb forward, take players on, cross balls into the box. And I feel that he has more confidence in doing that when he has Nacho behind him. Because if that's Kolasinac overlapping him, that means that we're snookered on that side. That means that both of them are forward. We get caught high. There is a gaping hole down that side. So for me, I'm gonna play Iwobi there, and hopefully Monreal plays behind him, because I think that pairing's pretty decent, to be honest with you. Right hand side, Mkhitaryan. I've already said that I think he'll start the game. And in the middle, I'm going with Aaron Ramsey. Aaron Ramsey has stepped up in big games this season, and that's good to see. And hopefully he can do it again in this game, because we're going to need him. Like I said, we're halfway there, but it ain't over, and we're going to need our biggest players to step up and put in big performances. We have seen tonight in that Man City and Tottenham game, Kevin De Bruyne has stepped up levels tonight. Their biggest game, I know they got knocked out, but their biggest game, their biggest player stepped up and did everything he could. And then if you flip that over to Tottenham, their biggest player, in terms of players on the pitch, now Harry Kane's out, was Heung-min Son. And he, again, stepped up to the mark in the biggest games. We need our biggest players to step up and do the business tomorrow night. So Aaron Ramsey, you've got to do that, mate. Lacazette as well. I don't want to see none of this elbowing players in the face and getting red cards. I don't want to see you not pressing their back line. I don't want to see you going into your shell like you did at Everton. I want to see you pressing and leading from the front and everyone else following suit. So that's my 1 to 11. I'm already pumped for the game. And hopefully we can get into a semi-final as well, like that lot. Personally, I do think we're going to win the game on the night, which means we will win it overall anyway. I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory to Arsenal. I do think Napoli are going to score, but if we score, they need 4. And if we score again, they're shafted. In fact, if we even score 1, they're shafted. I can't see them, no matter how poor our defence is, scoring 4. So let's hope we get that goal. Let's hope we silence them, and let's hope we go through. Anyway, don't forget, my review of the game will be straight after the game. I am doing a watch along with Guna Eagle Eye, so don't forget to go and subscribe to his channel as well. That should be interesting. We've done one for Watford the other day as well, and people seem to enjoy it. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Leave all your comments down there. Score predictions. Let me know. Let me know your 1 to 11s. Do you think Ozil should start this game? Would you start Aubameyang? Would you start Iwobi and Mkhitaryan, or would you go a bit more conservative? Would you start Kolasinac at left back and go with a 3 instead of a 2 centre back pairing? Let me know. I'm going to go and chill out for the rest of the evening. Leave all your comments down there, and I'll do my best to reply to as many as I can. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.